broken trust and communities left dealing with the consequences of exploitation. Yet, this is also a story of resilience, of survivors finding their way forward, of organizations providing support, and of institutions working to prevent others from becoming victims. Because breaking the chains of human trafficking is not only about rescue, it is about restoring dignity, rebuilding lives, and reducing the vulnerabilities that traffickers exploit in the first place.
NBS. Always.
Up next. Brought to you by Chakala is back with double energy. Grab a rock boom or silverback energy. Check under the cap. What you see is what you win. Rock boom. Energy for winners. NBS Live at 9.
It's exactly 9 p.m. coming to you live from Chikube Island, Mwesigwa. We are coming to you live from Chikube, where the EC is here to conduct the LOC5 by-election. But as we speak now, most tallying is actually happening right here. But before we get into that, let's get to the studios for the headlines coming to you live from Chikube here. It's NBS Live at 9.
All right, Alan Mwesgo will be getting back to him in just a bit, bringing all the details happening in Chikube. Let's go straight to the headlines.
It's a very serious problem that we need to...
Law Society petitions DPP over Lukwago's case.
We're ready to take the steps.
Holds peaceful protest.
To have a nation where the rule of law is respected.
He got a problem in his back.
Medics speak out on Lukwago's medical condition.
That makes the hypertension complicated, of course, with the diabetes.
It cannot be managed at a health center for.
Those three, definitely, cannot be handled in
Kikube by-elections.
Someone has come late and he finds that he has been voted for already.
What explains the low voter turnout?
Due to the heightened security which has been within the place.
As we were still managing him in the wee hours of the night, he passed on.
Death toll in Masaka Mutukula accident rises to 8 as police arrest driver of ill-fated truck.
But using our intelligence and our officers on the ground.
And the good news is,
Very important as a manufacturer, people to know that you exist.
Britannia Light Industries partners with Next Media to expand its largest product campaign.
I encourage everyone to test it.
This is NBS Live at 9 with Victoria Sibia, Samson Kasumba, and Kanari Mugume.
This is NBS Live at 9. The Uganda Law Society, joined by Elias Lukwago's wife, has called on the judiciary to speak out against what they describe as the continued persecution of the lawyer over charges they say are irregular and unconstitutional. The lawyers have taken their protest to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, demanding the withdrawal of charges against Lukwago, while criticizing colleagues they accuse of remaining silent.
Justice Hunter. The Uganda Law Society held a press conference attended by several lawyers, including Elias Lukwago's wife, Zawedi Ruwama, who is also an advocate. During the gathering, the lawyers renewed their calls over the manner in which their colleague Elias Lukwago was charged, insisting they cannot accept the actions taken against him. The Vice President of the Uganda Law Society, Anthony Asimwe, said they had already written to the Director of Public Prosecutions demanding the withdrawal of charges against Lukwago, but no response had been received. He warned that if nothing is done, they will take further action, while also criticizing colleagues who have chosen to remain silent.
We shall take the struggle to the streets. The legal profession, in coordination with other pro-democracy forces, shall picket the DPP's office every single day.
Zawe Deruwama appealed to the judiciary to speak out against what she described as a growing culture of silence in the face of injustice. She said it is unacceptable for the law to be undermined, noting that even the summons that triggered the controversy originated from a judicial officer.
I just call upon the judiciary to take a leaf from the society. We need a voice. We need a radical new bench, if I can call it that. Let's get away from our curtains. Let's get away from our comfort zones and fight for the cause of the rule of law.
Other lawyers also called upon President Yoweri Museveni to address the matter and speak to the nation about what they described as the deteriorating state of the rule of law.
Your mandate under Article 126 to 129, let us believe, let us know that the judiciary is actually independent and it's going to do its work with a people-centered approach.
Because it's not only on us, the lawyers, it's also the judiciary that is under attack. We've been threatened. I receive calls every day.
It is really a shame. Uganda can do better.
The Uganda Law Society said it is no longer enough to make statements and that time for action has come. The lawyers then announced a march to the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions at Walker's house.
Now we can't wait, because we do not know what will happen next, who will be picked next, and what the office will do. He's enabling, the office is enabling this kind of criminality.
Led by the ULS Vice President Anthony Asimwe, the lawyers began their procession through Kampala to their destination. Upon arrival, they found the Director of Public Prosecutions, Lino Anguzu, leaving his office. Following a brief engagement, they were informed that he would meet them on next week, Monday.
We agreed that we'll have that meeting on Monday and discuss the way forward regarding our demand and our request to immediately withdraw the charges against Lukwago.
Coming up, we'll be speaking to Godbert Tumshabe, who is a human rights defender and lawyer. Meanwhile, in a rare and powerful show of solidarity, Uganda's leading opposition forces have held a joint press conference at the People's Front for Freedom headquarters in Katonga, Kampala. Leaders from the National Unity Platform, Forum for Democratic Change, Uganda People's Congress, Alliance for National Transformation, and the Democratic Front and Common Man's Party carried one message: Uganda is in a crisis. State institutions are failing and civil liberties are eroding rapidly.
The mood at Katonga PFF headquarters was one of urgency and defiance, driven by what they term as escalating cases of torture, arbitrary arrest, and systematic injustice. Rivals put aside their political differences to address a shared concern: the scrutiny of the ordinary Ugandan. Deputy Chairperson for Uganda at the People's Front for Freedom elaborated the inter-party engagements, intentions, and the roadmap.
You will remember we have always been telling you that we are working around the clock to ensure that we meet with our brothers and sisters to come to scan the situation at hand and wake up the Ugandan people, to wake up to the realities that are obtaining today. Nobody should blame us for not saying what we knew was supposed to happen.
The leaders argued that the current state of insecurity spares no one, not even sensible feeling members of the National Resistance Movement. Alliance for National Transformation leader Alice Alaso directly challenged the state's hierarchy alongside Uganda People's Congress President Jimmy Akena, who emphasized that the country has veered off course and urgently needs a collective rescue mission.
Them purportedly trying them, then we are doomed for what it takes. So we came here to stand solidarity, of course, that's obvious. If he's the president, let him call his son to order.
Whatever happens, if Akena can no longer speak, I urge you, please speak on my behalf. If UPC can no longer exercise their rights, I'm asking you, please, all of us, let's speak for and on behalf of the people of Uganda.
NEP Secretary General David Lewis Rubongoya warned that the government's strategy is to rule by fear, but cautioned that silence from the public and institutions will offer no protection, a mind shared with the FDC.
We may disagree on many things politically, but on this matter, we stand together because we are the people of Uganda. This is a country who was supposed to be arrested. Now, if the army was called to be there, was it supposed to be the special forces to be deployed there in that manner, in the way they went?
As the political climate in Uganda grows increasingly tense, these have called on the religious leaders to raise their voices against the injustices becoming prominent in Uganda.
Religious leaders, traditional institutions, everybody, it is time to say enough is enough.
This highlighted that they will be moving across the country to reawaken the population to fight for their rights. The joint declaration marks a significant milestone, but whether this newly forged alliance at the PFF offices can successfully put pressure on the state into institutional reform remains to be seen.
I think it's one of those rare times where you see all opposition leaders come together to speak out with one bold voice.
The question is, how long will they stay together? But there's no question over whether we do have Goodbert Mushabe in the studio or not. Goodbert, thank you so much for joining us this evening. The question you've got to ask here is, the opposition seems to have found a way to get together to demand the release of the former Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago, Senior Counsel, and other political prisoners. How long can they sustain this kind of unity? Is it even unity or is it flimsy?
First of all, let me just say that I think that it is really extremely important that all these opposition political leaders are coming together in unison, essentially to defend the Constitution, because that's what is at stake. And therefore, as long as there is a demand, there is a need for them to work together, I believe that that is going to be sustained. And because it's also not common that at any one time after the elections we have political opposition leaders coming together. I think this is the first time that they are coming together with a unified voice and coming together at exactly after the presidential and parliamentary elections. So I think it's a good sign that they are concerned on what is happening in the country, but that what they are doing is what actually many other groups across the country are doing. So I think there is convergence that the country is facing a crisis in terms of civil liberties, in terms of the constitutional framework that governs our country.
The question then is, will this convergence change how the opposition sees and plays politics?
You see, what we're seeing are leaders from the political opposition, and I think what really would make this alliance or this convergence last is not because the leaders are playing politics, but because they are seeing the need for the country to reorganize itself, to come together and defend human dignity and defend our democracy and defend the Constitution. So if they look at it as playing politics, there is a likelihood that that can collapse very fast. But as long as...
Of course, they're not playing politics here, but will this good cause change how going forward they see and play politics when they go back to playing it?
If you follow what is going on right now, you actually realize there is considerable demand from the population for leadership on how to safeguard and protect our constitutional order. Because essentially, when you see what has happened in a junior, or which is supposed to be subject to the authority, that is literally the overthrow of the Constitution, because we have a constitutional order that has defined how the institutions of state operate, that has defined the hierarchy, the protocol, and all that is being appended by this group called PLU, which I call a vigilante group. And so there is a demand in the population for leadership to defend and protect the Constitution. As long as that demand is very conspicuous and loud, the opposition political leaders have no choice but to remain focused on this agenda. So this is, for me, this is a demand-driven consensus or convergence that as long as that demand is there, I don't think that these political leaders have any choice but to really follow what the electorate is saying.
Goodbye, yourself and myself have been around long enough. Let's wait and see if what you suggest is what will happen. Same old Uganda, isn't it? Thank you very much. But Mushabe there weighing in. Medical experts have sounded a very strong caution to government over the health condition of a detained senior council Elias Lukwago, saying it could turn fatal if not given due attention. Lukwago is said suffering from a dislocated spine coupled with hypertension and then blood pressure, and that they could turn fatal without specialized medical care.
After spending days in an undisclosed detention, former Kampala Lord Mayor and City Lawyer Elias Lukwago was eventually arraigned before the Machindia Chief Magistrate's Court, where he was charged and remanded to Zero Prison. Lukwago appeared visibly frail, prompting his lawyers to ask court to allow him to serve his remand from a hospital bed where he would access specialized treatment. However, the request was rejected by the presiding magistrate. Elias Lukwago said her husband's current health complications stem from a dislocated spine ailment that has persisted for years, leading to a surgery that was carried out in India.
Some time back, he got a problem in his back. It was also because of some incident in Wandegia where they threw him down because they had arrested him. We've been through it for some time. He's in recovery process.
Noted that Lukwago has never fully recovered and has since been living under strict medical instructions, explaining why his lawyers had sought for permission for him to remain under medical care at Mulago National Referral Hospital, where his doctors can readily access him.
It would be done that he had been detained, yes, and guarded by the security at Mulago, because that's so that can be done so that he accesses his former doctor.
Medical experts have warned a combination of a dislocated spine coupled with hypertension and high blood pressure risk Lukwago's life.
That makes the hypertension complicated, of course, with the diabetes and the injury, the back injury, which caused him spinal problems. Of course, those three definitely cannot be had in a hospital, in a prison. The best being Uzira here. They may have doctors, but I think they're enough.
Doctors explain that Lukwago's situation is particularly worrying. Note that a blood pressure of 200 places him at a significant risk, and failure to receive adequate and timely treatment could have serious consequences. The prison health facility reportedly operates a health center for level, which limits the range of specialized care it can provide.
And we saw yesterday again, people report that when he was at Kira Road Police Station, his blood pressure was 200 over 100, which is characterized as very severe hypertension. Actually, it is called malignant hypertension, which means the terrible high blood pressure, which is equivalent to a cancer. That's why they say it's malignant. It can anytime change condition.
However, Uganda Prison Service spokesperson Frank Baine said that authorities have moved swiftly to attend to Lukwago immediately after his admission.
got sent to Action Bay Prison, which is a national referral hospital for prisoners. And now, of course, because of his medical background, we have admitted him as currently in the sick bay, and we think we are able to manage.
But INS dismissed concerns over the president's inability to manage the case, citing opposition figure Dr. Kiza Besigye as an example. He noted that Besigye was handed over to the prison authorities in similar frail state, but has since stabilized.
You are the people who are singing about Kano Besigye. It is now coming to 2 years. Has he died?
Logo was charged with offences of misprision of treason and remanded until Monday next week for hearing of his bail application.
There was a very noticeable vote turnout in the Kube district chairperson's by-election, with most voters saying that while they may have made efforts to vote, their candidates were never declared, whilst those without one vote, when they got into offices, they tended to focus on personal gain rather than serving the people that actually vote. While the Electoral Commission allows voting to start at 7 a.m. for as long as the 10 required registered voters witness the unpacking ballot papers have not yet shown up. That can happen now in Chikube, in the 330 polling stations. Most of the voting started very early at 10 a.m.
You find they are being mistreated, the orders being given by them, by the security personnel, that when you come do the voting, then you go away. So people are not so much interested in such a kind of information. Even the results that are being given are not the real information that people are being interested in. Another reason could be you find someone has come late and he finds that he has been voted for already.
The reason as to why there has been a low turnout, one, some people do say that they have been voting for people, but later on announcing the results, the different people who are not the ones whom they have voted for.
But we are not seeing that there is a challenge of low turnout of voters. And actually, most polling sessions opened late because we could not get the 10 witnesses that we need to start the process. When I was sharing with people in the field, I've been informed probably it's because this is a harvest season. Most people are still in the gardens.
Chikube is a farming community. Hopefully they are still in the gardens and summarizing. I'm sure they will come and vote.
Quite interesting and dramatic.
They call it prioritization. Do you choose the garden or the voting? That choice is made very quickly in Chikube. They know exactly what their priority is. But anyways, let's get to that very interesting subject of low voter turnout.
Yes, an election expert, Crispin Kaheru, has spoken about the low turnout witnessed in the Chikube by-elections, saying that it should be of concern for all Ugandans. He said that when citizens stay away from the ballot, it often signals 4 things. Let's take a look at the 4 things it does always signal. You want us to start your side, Samson?
Voter fatigue. Are you asking me to choose that very deliberately?
Well, I don't know. But it could also signal mistrust or disillusionment.
Then growing belief that their vote does not make a meaningful difference. And that came out in the story that we just ran. And beyond that as well.
But in his expert opinion, he also does say that civic and other education cannot and voter education cannot be an event that begins a few weeks or days before polling day. It must be a continuous process, and
citizens must be constantly and continuously engaged, informed, listened to, and involved throughout the electoral cycle, not only when elections are due.
Let's take a look at participatory governance is built every day through meaningful engagement between leaders and citizens. Now, vote counting is underway in the Chikube district by-election. But for the latest update, we now speak to our Bunyoro Bureau Chief, Alan Mwesigwa, to let us in on what is the latest. Alan, you are at the Tally Center now. Can you let us in on some of the results that have just come in? Who is leading? Who is behind? Who is nowhere? Well, we'll get to Alan in just a bit. He will be letting us in on the latest, who is in the lead based on the provisional results released by the Electoral Commission, if any. And that's the conversation we'll be having with Alan Mwesigwa in just a bit. That election has been, we've seen that there's low voter turnout in that particular one, and we wait to see what the results do speak. All right, and well, like the expert opinion from Crispin Kaheru said that citizens must be constantly and continuously engaged, or else you risk having a low voter turnout. They must be informed, but also they must be listened to and involved throughout the whole electoral cycle, not only when elections are due, but also to build confidence in the electorates. You have to build it every day through meaningful engagement between leaders and citizens. That's when you get to have quite a big number turnout. Like we'll see what the percentage is looking like. And well, we'll get to now Alan Mwesigwa, who will be joining us. Alan, what is the latest? Who is in a comfortable lead, if any?
Good evening, Canary, and good evening, Uganda. I'm coming to you live from Chikube District Headquarters, Council Chambers. To be exact, today I've acted as the Tally Center for the Chikube LOC 5 by-election. As I speak now, all results from 330 polling stations are here, and now EC actually doing the final Tally Center tallying of the results so that they can be able to declare who the winner can be. But I can confirm the opposition, the casting team is not here. But I can also see the National Resistance Movement candidate, Pade Kisembo, right about here. But also there's been comments and results have actually been in his favor. That's the man in there in a cape. I want to be able to speak to Paul Bukenya to be able to give us the update of what is happening next. He's the deputy spokesperson of EC. Many thanks for joining us live on NBS. What is the latest? Are we certain who is leading?
Oh, well, we are going to announce results. We are still doing the tallying process. Definitely there will be results, and the results will show the performance of the candidates. And the candidates with, who scores the highest number of votes will be declared the winner. So definitely there will be a result.
How has been the exercise?
It has gone well, peacefully. We're able to open and deliver materials on time, have officials to undertake the exercise, and then, of course, conduct the actual polling. The results are here now. They're coming on time. All the results, 330 polling stations. So now what is happening is going through the final tallying and then, of course, the declaration of results. So it has gone well, peacefully too, without any major incidents.
Okay, many thanks for speaking to us. Paul Bukenya is the deputy spokesperson for EC. But as we speak now, in the next few minutes, I believe EC will be declaring who the winner will be, or who the next chairperson, LOC5 for Chikube will be. But of now, of course, NRM seems to be in the lead, but of course, it is EC that are mandated to be able to declare who the winner is. For now, that's it. Back to Canary at the Political Command Center, and good night.
Thank you very much, Alan Mwesigwa, for that update. We'll, of course, come to you later on to see who is in a comfortable lead. Let's take a look at your feedback on our opinion question.
Feedback brought to you by... In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. Absa Business Banking.
The question tonight, there it goes. How best can regional parliamentary caucuses serve their communities with without political bias. Hashtag NBS Live at 9. Let's get to the first comment. Bernard Mwanguzi says they ought to prioritize community interests over party interests. They also have to draw lines between the actual business that brought them in the House and party obedience. Our last comment coming in from Viri Godfrey says some of these caucuses are infiltrated by members who don't understand the values and norms of the areas they are representing and thus can't fight for the common goal of social welfare of those areas they are representing. Politics is inseparable from caucuses whatsoever. Keep the feedback coming in. Hashtag NBS Live at 9. NBS Live at 9 takes a break. We'll be back here with more stories.
MTN voice bundle. Yeah. Load. Hey.
Tax. Pay your principal by the 30th of June 2026 and URA will give you a 100% tax waiver. No interest, no penalties, gone. File and pay now at www.ura.go.ug.
Developing Uganda together.
Life unfolds in chapters. Through many of these chapters, Jubilee has been present. But life does not happen in separate chapters, and protection should not be separate either. Two journeys have become one. Jubilee Life and Jubilee Health are now one. Here for every chapter, together for better. Jubilee Life Insurance Company of Uganda is regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda.
They share an office. Some work in the day, some at night. What they have in common: focus, dedication. That's what makes them champions. They also share something else: the reward of being one. The official beer of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Not for persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
There is a new era of elegance, and it begins at your event. At Peno Event, we have upgraded with fresh, modern, stylish event pieces designed to transform any space into a masterpiece. From luxury tents to elegant furniture to premium mobile washrooms, hand wash stations, lounge sets, parasols, wooden chairs, modern chair set, banquet setup. Peno Events. Safe, reliable, stylish. Book now.
Mustafa, Chikozi, welcome home. It is small, but it is something. Everyone starts from somewhere. Welcome home. Chikozi, the problem is the foundation.
Do you know the kind of cement I'm using in this foundation? I guarantee you even my grandchildren will come and find this house.
Muzafaru, the day I decide to build. In fact, I will import the foundation into the country. By the way, your security lights, they are very small. Me, when I build my house, I will put the motion sensor.
As you can see the living room, I managed to bring in some tiles.
And I told you, when I build my house, I get tiles from Italy raw, bring them here, original. This nonsense of having one TV, me!
Some people talk about building houses. Others build them. Do you have land?
I am working on it.
You buy your buy today and get the job done. Strong, reliable, available at hardware shops countrywide.
Yes.
It hasn't been easy at all.
I know.
But with your buy, chiba chibwa.
So you buy, your buy.
Oh,
How do you make a party? You take time to prepare, to bring all the pieces together, to craft it right. The result, great refreshment. And that makes it time well spent. Club, brewed longer for longer refreshment.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in to NBS Live at 9. Now, the mover of the controversial Marriage Bill 2024, now former Tororo District Women Member of Parliament, Sarah Opendi, has accused the leadership of the 11th Parliament of sabotaging the legislation that was meant to curb early and exploitative marriages. Speaking at a national stakeholders meeting on ending child marriage in Uganda, Opendi said Parliament's top leadership deliberately refused to release funds to joint committee handling the bill, blocking stakeholder consultations and benchmarking trips that were needed to strengthen the law.
Honourable Speaker, I move that the bill entitled the Marriage Bill be read for the first time. I beg to lay a copy.
The Marriage Bill 2024 for the second time elapsed with the 11th Parliament, necessitating the retailing of the new bill.
The bill is going to the committee. If you don't want the bill, collapse it from here.
A particular piece of legislation was also going to help us end the child marriages.
The bill, championed by former Tororo Woman Member of Parliament Sarah Opendi, sought to reform, consolidate and replace the fragmented colonial-era laws into a single unified framework.
The Marriage Act, the Divorce Act are all for 1906, 1905, and that was even before this country attained independence. So it was a colonial law that must actually be removed from our books.
The move of the bill, Sarah Opendi, is however concerned that the leadership of the 11th Parliament suppressed the enactment of this bill by refusing to support the committee financially to process the bill.
Was that the two committees needed to conclude their business, but after benchmarking. Unfortunately, there were no funds to support the committee to actually conclude its work. But of course, there was also politics around this bill.
Presenting at the national stakeholders meeting on ending child marriage in Uganda, Opendi asked the new leadership of the 12th Parliament to prioritize this marriage bill.
This bill will find its way back and the bill will be passed because fortunately we had all the various stakeholders supporting this bill. The Interreligious Council was supportive of this bill, and the cultural leaders were supportive of this bill. The political leaders were supportive.
The bill proposes a 10-year prison sentence for anyone who arranges, attends or conducts a marriage involving a minor. This assertion is supported by Moses Ntenga.
Challenges that are affecting children in this country. About 34% of girls get married before the age of 18. And with that, they are not able to continue their education. Their health are put into question because of the age. But also, their life chances are minimized because when children get married early, then their lives are cut short in terms of education, in terms of health, but also the economic opportunities they would get in the future.
The bill prohibits subjecting children to DNA testing to verify paternity without a court order. This bill also requires newlyweds to consummate their union within 6 months or the marriage be voided. According to Opendi, the bill once enacted will guide the circumstances under which a man can demand his dowry after separation in marriage.
Well, let's look at some lighter news. Britannia Allied Industries Limited has partnered with Next Media to expand the reach of its latest product campaign across the country. The partnership is aimed at ensuring that the new product, Splash Kachupa, reaches consumers in different parts of Uganda through the different Next Media's platforms.
Splash Kachupa is a fruit drink in 5 different flavors produced by Britannia Allied Industries Limited as part of its growing range of consumer products. Speaking at the partnership launch between Next Media and Britannia Allied Industries at the Next Media Park, Britannia Chief Executive Officer Ali Yusuf Ebraik said the product is nutritious and comes with several health benefits, encouraging consumers to embrace locally produced products.
5 flavors, mango and apple and tamarind and grapes and orange and grapes and berries. Package is 250 milliliter and 400 milliliter. Tasty, wonderful, nice. I encourage everyone to taste it.
The Next Media Group Chief Executive Officer Ken Karisa welcomed the partnership, saying collaborations like these help brands connect with consumers while creating awareness about products that meet quality standards.
It's very important as a manufacturer, people to know that you exist. And the only way to do it is make sure that you are on platforms that matter. When you put your product on NBS or some of our other products, other platforms, it is proof that you have quality stuff and you are believable and you exist in the market. Because I believe there are many other manufacturers. But among many manufacturers, they are manufacturers, and Britannia is one of them.
The partnership is expected to strengthen brand visibility and take the Splash Kachupa campaign to communities across the different parts of the country.
As Uganda works to improve learning outcomes and expand access to quality education, financing remains one of the biggest challenges facing schools. From infrastructure, development and working capital to affordable school fees, education as well. Now, education stakeholders at the Stanbic Business Forum are now calling for stronger partnerships between the government, financial institutions and schools to build a more sustainable education sector.
Building the future of education goes beyond classrooms and the curriculum to sustainable financing. That was the focus of Day 2 of the Stanbic Business Forum, where education leaders, policy makers and financial experts explored practical solutions to strengthen schools through access to affordable financing and the shift towards cleaner energy.
We are supporting the deployment of mini-grids and standalone renewable energy systems in underserved areas, including rural communities.
Discussions centered on school fees financing, asset financing for infrastructure and equipment, as well as working capital to help schools manage day-to-day operations and improve service delivery.
But we need now to see how we can save when it comes to the finances bit. So if I can save, if I can get a loan from Stanbic Bank through Government of Uganda, have development finance, so we need to know how do we channel it better to the end users.
Experts say that financing should no longer be viewed as a challenge for schools alone, but as a shared responsibility requiring collaboration between government, financial institutions and education providers.
And that's key because in today's world, we all know that energy prices are going up and we have no control over that. But we can find ways around ensuring that it is sustainable and affordable and efficient.
This emphasized that building partnerships early is essential to addressing long-standing constraints affecting the education sector.
Commercial asset finance, so you're able to buy school buses, so you're able to efficiently transport your students from one point to another. It could be for just to attend the sessions or classes, or even for
Senior officials at the bank say sustainable financing solutions can help schools invest in better infrastructure, embrace innovation, and improve the quality of education, while ensuring institutions remain financially resilient. But as the demand for quality education continues to grow, stakeholders say collaborative financing models could become a key driver in transforming Uganda's education sector.
Local investors in the community of Got Apoyo sub-county in Baliech Parish, Teokot Village, Noya District, are accusing Uganda Land Board of biasness and lack of clarity over 500 acres of land. They claim that they have used and invested on the land, and yet some people came claiming they were given by the Uganda Land Board.
Raw over 500 acres of land has erupted between the community of Godapoi sub-county, Baliech Parish, Teokot Village, Noya District over what they claim as biasness and lack of clarity from Uganda Lands Commission over title land by the District Land Board.
But to my surprise, today we have received a communication that these people are coming to open their boundaries without even Noya District local government officials. If they are doing works for government, why don't you involve the district?
Today, the Three Ways and the Uganda Land Commission were supposed to meet us, and they are claiming to be having 500 acres land, which is including 23 safari lodges, which we are having on this.
To the landowners, the land was degazetted in 1972 by a means government, and community has held the land for a long time.
They're claiming to own over 10 square miles of land. What we are asking Uganda Land Commission is this. Please avail us with your gazette, avail us with your deep
from the district.
I've not applied to the district.
But look again.
No title, then that's okay.
Bianca don't need one that was show warga, Majaru one need a hotel by Uganda Land Commission.
More to come.
Having steered the Centenary Bank through 16 years of remarkable growth, outgoing MD Fabian Kasi has something to say. NBS Live at 9 is taking a very brief break.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800 211 033 to get started.
Carrying cash can be stressful. The I&M Bank multi-currency prepaid card makes paying smart and simple. Load and spend confidently in 9 currencies: Ugandan shilling, Kenyan shilling, Tanzanian shilling, Rwandan franc, Indian rupees, United States dollar, British pound, euro, and South African rand. Enjoy safe, simple payments wherever you go. The I&M Bank multi-currency prepaid card is open to everyone, whether you have an I&M Bank account or not. Get yours today and pay confidently worldwide in 9 currencies.
I&M Bank Uganda Limited is regulated by Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund up to 10 million shillings. Terms and conditions apply.
I&M Bank, on your side.
Sorry, the number you have called
The Kamani is not picking up my calls. He has now switched off his phone. He looked legit, so I paid him 500k to process my NSSF money. How dare you!
You got Glovo. You got Glovo. You can order what you want. You can get what you need. You got Glovo. You got it all. Order a Glovo and receive it in minutes.
June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches on 4 dedicated channels, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
You need a bigger space to grow your business. To be ready for any season.
You need faster checkouts for these busy days.
You need more equipment to meet demand.
To make sure everyone gets paid on time.
In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. Absa Business Banking.
In a world that's always changing, the foundations of trust must stay strong. For over 60 years, we've built the minds that build trust, shaping the professionals who carry confidence into boardrooms, communities, and lives. Because trust doesn't happen by chance, it's built, tested, and taught. As the world moves forward, so do we, blending data, innovation, and human insight to prepare the next generation of industry leaders.
Insurance Training College in Uganda, enhancing professionalism.
Welcome back. Let's give you an update on the accident that happened on the Masaka-Mutukula Highway. The death toll from the fatal road accident that occurred along that road has risen to 8 people after 2 more victims died at Masaka Regional Referral Hospital.
According to medical personnel at Masaka Regional Referral Hospital, 3 critically injured victims were admitted to the facility last evening. They were among the 6 people who had initially survived the accident along the Masaka-Mutukula Road that claimed the lives of 6 people. However, out of the 3 patients brought to Masaka Hospital, 2 have since succumbed to their injuries, leaving only 1 survivor receiving treatment. Dr. Dickens Tulia Musima, one of the doctors working in the hospital's emergency unit, said the victims arrived in a critical condition. He explained that 1 patient died shortly after being admitted, while another passed away during the night.
1 died within the 5 minutes of arrival when we had started our management with transfusing him blood and giving the fluids. He had bled severely, but unfortunately within 5 minutes when we were still intervening, we lost him. The second deceased victim also had chest rib fractures. We managed his shock And we had done investigations, we had done a brain CT scan, which was showing he was having cerebral edema. And unfortunately, as we were still managing him in the wee hours of the night, he passed on.
Dr. Turia Musima explained that the third victim was brought to the hospital unconscious and in critical condition. However, after receiving emergency treatment and medication from the medical team, the victim regained consciousness and is now recovering.
He also had a head injury, but it was mild. So he's doing well on ward, and we hope he's going to improve.
The Greater Masaka Regional Police spokesperson Twaha Kasidie confirmed that the driver of the fuel tanker believed to have caused the accident, Bosco Anthony, has already been arrested. He urged the survivors and the families of the victims to remain calm as police continue with the investigations.
Of course, the driver, after the accident, tried to run away, but using our intelligence and our officers on ground, we managed to arrest him, and we are going to make sure that he faces the law, to see that maybe he serves as an example to others.
Cassidy also urged motorists, especially those using roads that are under construction, to exercise caution, follow traffic regulations and remain attentive.
We always urge all the users that to always follow the guidelines put across or put up by the workers. If they happen to stop you, please stop.
Business Pulse, brought to you by
Having steered Centenary Bank through 16 years of remarkable growth, outgoing Managing Director Fabian Kasi says he's leaving behind an institution that has tripled its customer base, expanded its branch network across the country and grown its assets from 1 trillion to 9 trillion shillings. As he prepares to hand over office to Godfrey Byekwaso at the end of this month, Kasi reflects on the milestones, challenges and legacy of his tenure.
And a big congratulations.
After 16 years at the helm of Centenary Bank, outgoing Managing Director Fabian Kasi has reflected on a tenure marked by significant growth and transformation for Uganda's second largest indigenous commercial bank. Speaking ahead of his exit on June 30th, Kasi highlighted the institution's remarkable expansion since he assumed office in August 2010. During that period, the bank's customer base grew from about 800,000 to more than 3 million customers, while its branch network expanded from 37 to 82 branches across the country. Kasi further revealed that the value of loans disbursed by the bank rose from 400 billion shillings in 2010 to more than 4.5 trillion shillings by 2026.
The journey started when this bank, I think, had 37 branches. Now we have 82 branches. We started when we had given out loans of, I think it was close to 400 billion. Now we've given out over 4.5 trillion.
Customer deposits also registered substantial growth, increasing from 700 billion shillings to over 6 trillion shillings during the same period. Despite the impressive financial performance, Kasi notes that the trust earned from customers and stakeholders provided the foundation upon which the bank's success was built.
For me, the biggest achievement is to be able to have all these many customers come and embrace our services. And we believe they've been able to do it because they trust us. So being able to achieve that trust for me is a pride. I think that I am sure the team won't be able to lose.
The bank also made significant investments in technology and systems development, resulting in a network of more than 9,000 banking agents across the country, the largest agency banking network in Uganda.
From the comfort of wherever they may be, people can reach out to us through agents. We now owe over 9,000 agents, again one of the biggest agent networks in the country.
Looking ahead, Kasi expressed confidence in the bank's future, citing a skilled workforce, continued technological investment, and a new core banking system expected to further improve customer service.
A lot has been invested in technology, and now we have a robust system. That's why we are now able to have our customers use their phones to transact.
Reports indicate that Centenary Bank has already appointed Godfrey Byekwaso as the incoming Managing Director, while long-serving Managing Director Fabian Kasi prepares to transition to the role of Group Chief Executive Officer at Centenary Group, the bank's holding company.
MTN Uganda, together with the Federation of Uganda Football Association, has today launched a nationwide campaign to design the Uganda Cranes jersey for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations.
The campaign comes exactly 1 year to the highly anticipated AFCON 2027 tournament, which Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania are co-hosts. Uganda is set to play in the tournament with a brand new jersey, with the public set to design the jersey through a campaign launched by MTN Uganda, the national team's official sponsors, in partnership with FUFA.
Creatives out there, whether you are a painter, a designer, it doesn't matter whether you're a professional artist or not. The idea is, what idea do you have? What is burning in your soul? What creative inspiration do you have?
Under the campaign, members of the public will be invited to submit their jersey designs online through MTN platforms from June 22nd to July 9th. The top 7 shortlisted applicants will then attend a boot camp, with the overall winner walking away with 50 million Uganda shillings. Organizers say that transparency will be a key pillar for the selection process.
We have come up with an online portal which will be open from the 22nd of June up to the 9th of July. And you know, in MTN, we believe that we are digitally unstoppable.
Uganda Cranes is owned by all the people of Uganda, and especially those who love it, who follow it, the fans. And also the fact that the jersey, Uganda Crane jersey, is the biggest symbol of the Uganda Cranes. So we thought together with MTN, our sponsors, that the best way of involving the fans.
Elsewhere, the Uganda Olympic Committee has unveiled a human resource partner to help its member sports associations and federations to run professionally, with guidance on many areas that ensure smooth management.
The idea is to start building the pipeline of talent, and maybe 5 years by now we'll have enough talent and enough environment for these people to work. It may not be needed. It is, when does it start? It starts today.
To stand up a program with NFT Consult, which is one of the leading human resource companies in Africa, but based in Uganda, Madame Elizabeth Intege and her team, where we're looking at how can we leverage the expertise of NFT in human resource and bring that into the sports sector, because we believe that a lot of our athletes, a lot of our federations and members need capacity building.
Sports has faced challenges with professionalism, but you also believe that with strategic guidance, athletes and administrators can start to plan for careers after sports, while federations can also improve their human resource.
The Ministry of Health informs the public to remain vigilant against Ebola virus disease. Symptoms include diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, fever, and body weakness. If you or someone you know develops the symptoms, seek medical attention immediately. Protect yourself and others by avoiding handshakes and unnecessary physical contact, washing your hands regularly with soap and water, or using an alcohol-based sanitizer. Cleaning frequently touched surfaces and avoid direct contact with infected persons' body fluids like vomit, stool, sweat, and urine. To report a suspected Ebola case, send an SMS to 6767 and type alert, or call the toll-free number 0800 100 066.